All right, so RyeSand arrived in the mail, and now we just have to rehydrate him. First, you're gonna need a glass jar. You can get a pretty small one for this step. You can transfer it later. And then a loose fitting lid. You can either just use one of these WEC lids if you have that, or put one of the inserts from the mason jars. You just wanna lay it on there loosely. All right, next I'm gonna do this on the scale, so you can opt to do it on the scale, or you can do it by tablespoon, but we're gonna do both. So you'll get about 25 grams of the starter RyeSand. And now I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of water. And this is cold water straight from the fridge. You can use room temperature, but it's fine. This is still pretty dry, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. So I'm gonna add maybe like half. Just go slow. You can always add more. Add a tiny bit more. That was about 2 tablespoons of starter with 2 tablespoons of water. And mix it up real good. And then we're gonna let this sit for a couple of hours just to kind of reactivate. I like to aim for thick muffin batter. That's kind of how I like the consistency of mine to be. All right, I've wiped off the sides, and now I'm just gonna mark the jar. I'm gonna mark where it is, then add the lid. And now we're gonna give it a few hours. And definitely forget about it for the rest of the day, but do feed it before you go to bed. And to feed it, I'm gonna give it a good tablespoon. Oh, look at that, we're making a mess. Anyway, that was bread flour. This is rye flour. I like to add a little rye flour to mine. Now, my jar is so small, there is a good possibility this will overflow, but that's okay. Science. Just give it a little water, and I'm going to use my other hand to stir, but you get the point. All right, I've marked my jar. The lid's on loosely. Hubie is in her Cleopatra pose, and I'm just going to set it in this in case it overflows. All right, I'll see you in the morning. And then the next morning, it should be starting to bubble up like this. Bam. Now we could bake with this, but I would probably do 1 more feeding and you should be good to go. Good luck. Enjoy your baby daddy RyeSand. Okay, bye.